Yeah, as an addendum to my last upload, I ended that video pretty abruptly. Um, yeah, a few more comments and observations of my system. Man, I've built a few computers. Actually, I built a few. Well, I haven't built them, but I maintained quite a few Alienware laptops. I've been into PC gaming since 2011, and started out with an M17 XR2. i7 920XM. Well, it didn't even have that at first. I think it had a slower CPU. I forgot what it was. And I had back then it was ATI 5870, and then I added a second card for Crossfire, and I had to take apart the laptop every 3 to 5 months to change the thermal compound out because the temperatures were absolutely insane, and it would harden and crystallize the thermal compound. And this is just it just goes to the territory if you do any kind of overclocking with a laptop. And from there, I went to M18XR1 with 580M SLI, then M18XR2 with 680M SLI. Then I had my last rig, which was basically an Air 540 chassis, and it was i7-4930K, and I had a 780 Ti. And I ran that processor from 2014 up until 2017, when I just built a whole new computer, which is this one here. But that last computer, oh geez, because I was using AIOs for the most part, and it was just constant tinkering, moving AIOs around, and that motherboard, oh man, it suffered like fan header failure big time. Like I would say about half the fan headers just stopped working. Like you plug a fan into it, and you couldn't control the fan; it would just run at 100%. Um, I've had no problems with this computer at all. Like this has been like a dream come true. Um, and man, if you're like on the fence about water cooling, dude, just do it. It's so easy. I'll be honest with you. I haven't even I haven't even flushed the coolant in this loop. So we're going on about 2.5 years. I haven't flushed the coolant. I've added distilled water because I guess there's somehow it's evaporating possibly out of the reservoir because it's not 100% airtight. I've had to add distilled water here and there, and but I have no corrosion. I could show you in the daytime. I've checked my GPU block and I've checked my CPU block, and there's no. Well, there is some corrosion, a little bit, but very little. This computer's been a dream, and the 1080 Ti, it's still running at 2,000 megahertz, with a slight undervolt, 1.025 volt. Stock is 1.063. Just running it with the undervolt allows for um, mitigating wattage starvation. It's very interesting. But if you undervolt the card, it can sustain a higher frequency with less wattage. It's very interesting. But you got to bring the core temp down. So, 45, 50 degrees Celsius, 1080 Ti, or any other 300-watt card, you say 2080 Ti, you can really you can run more frequency with less voltage, which is really nice. And you really extend the life of the component. Like I'm seeing comments now on the web, people talking about how their 1080 Ti failed and they had to upgrade to 2080 Super. And man, I am so happy I went this route, and it's just absolutely dead silent. Like that's as loud as it gets because I only run the fans like at 40% RPM because I have enough radiator surface area. Anyways, I just wanted to make this as a follow up video, show you how the RGB looks with the reservoir plugged in at night. And oh my god, I still love this computer. I'm looking forward to upgrading the GPU though, because having upgraded to this monitor, I'm seeing a GPU bottleneck in quite a few titles. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's see how everything looks at night with RGB. Everything looks good. You'll see. Okay. And I really like having ditched Corsair IQ because Yeah, I'm uploading a video. I'm uploading the last video. This will be uploaded as a part two, I guess. I love IQ. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like IQ. What I noticed with IQ, which is Corsair software to control the RGB on their motherboards, is that it has a large CPU footprint. And I'm talking like, I'm not kidding, 2% CPU. 2% CPU just to control RGBs. And I'm using Logitech's new software, G Hub. And some people have reported problems. I have no problems with the software. And I really like it because it's like, I'm not kidding. Like if I go into Process Explorer, I can show you point one and 0.2% CPU usage. And I just like how it controls for both peripherals. I just need one software. So this is a nice combo. This keyboard and this mouse, very nice combo. Well, I forgot I was gonna add something else. Oh, the gaming on this monitor. Oh my god, it is so nice, dude. It's so nice. The curvature and you know what? I will just provide links for reviews of this monitor. You don't even need to go with this monitor. In fact, they got other monitors. Samsung's got a CRG 90 or CRG 9, which is a geez, it's like a 4K 32 by 9. But yeah, there's no GPU in existence that can drive that monitor currently. But that's a nice one to consider. They also have a 1080p 32 by 9 panel too, which is also nice. But I feel that 1080p ultra wide, I still think 1440p is really kind of like required with a large monitor because you see with 1080p and sitting 3 feet away from the monitor, um, you can start to see the individual pixels with 1080p. So I still think 1440p is a sweet spot. So for ultra wide, I recommend 3440 by 1440, unless you got, you know, I don't know, you get a 3080 Ti or whatever AMD's got coming out this year. Maybe you can drive a 4K 32 by 9 panel. But yeah, this GPU is holding up very nicely. Um, and I love this monitor, and just the sound system's nice. Is one thing I like about having an actual surround system is that I was running Astro A40s, and your ears get hot, and you just like on the top of your head where the band goes, it just gets uncomfortable. Like after I'm not kidding, like after like 2 hours, you just want to take them off. You don't want to wear them, and I just love not having headphones on. But again, you can do it with roommates as long as you don't play games or watch movies past like a reasonable hour in the evening, like 10 p.m. Because my neighbor downstairs, she can hear when I'm gaming, so I typically don't do anything after 10 p.m., which is fine. You just gotta be reasonable. Um, but yeah, that's I guess I wanted to share a few more of my thoughts that I didn't get into part one of this update. But yeah, looking forward to upgrading the GPU, that's for sure. I've been honest with you. I nearly pulled the trigger on because I have an Aorus motherboard. I nearly pulled the trigger on an Aorus 2080 Ti, but I changed my mind last minute. It was just ridiculous because it was used on eBay and it was still like $1,100. It's a lot of money for me. Like I'm basically a disabled veteran, and I was able to swing this with back pay. I got some back pay for a disability claim. But this stuff is expensive. I know it looks like I'm rich. It looks like I'm a rich asshole, but actually this is a lot of money. But this is my passion. This is my livelihood. You know. But yeah, you got to be responsible. At least I wasn't stupid and wasted all my money because I would have literally wasted all of my money had I opted to upgrade to 2080 Ti, and it's just not worth it for 30% average on average. Okay, well that's it for this. This will be part two. Thanks for watching. Yeah, don't bother subscribing because as you can tell, I hardly update this channel. I was thinking about actually maybe getting into YouTubing and doing like getting something in the background, and because I have a really nice where my apartment is, it overlooks a really nice courtyard, and I could do product reviews and stuff like that. And I was thinking about doing that. I might actually go in that direction in the near future. I might actually start start to create my own channel, but it's gonna have to be much better quality than this. This is like Joe Billy Bob talking shit out of his garage. Uh, anyhow, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Good night.